Alright guys, here we are on part 4 of our unit on ancient Greece, and today we're going to be talking about the Persian Wars. Part of the Persian Wars was popularized in the 300 movies, which we're not going to talk about here in the notes, but we will talk about a little bit more in depth in class. Alright, so the Persian Wars, as you can see, went from about 490 BC to about 479. Alright, here's the map of the Mediterranean, or part of the Mediterranean. Obviously it's kind of flipped upside down. Here is the Persian Empire right there. Okay, here's Asia Minor here. Alright, Black Sea right here. Alright, you can see India over yonder here with the Himalayas and so on. And then down here is Greece. Okay, so you had Greece, very small, versus a massive empire in the Persians, who we have talked about earlier this year. Alright, who fought? The Persians were against the Greeks, obviously. Persia was ruled by Darius and Xerxes, and the Greeks were represented by mostly the Athenians, Spartans, and Ionians. But most of the people, most notably, were the Athenians and Spartans. Alright. What caused the Persian War? Persia controlled Ionia, where Greeks were already living. So Ionia was a colony on the other side of the Aegean Sea. In 499 BC, when Persian King Darius raised taxes, the Ionian Greeks got mad and revolted. Athens backed them up. Unfortunately, Persians crushed the revolts, and Darius wanted revenge on the Athenians for helping, so he attacked mainland Greece. Alright, so basically it was a squabble over taxes that escalated. Athens came in, the Persians kind of put them down. Darius, who was upset, how dare they interfere in our affairs, decided to attack Greece. Alright, some of the major battles, which you can kind of see here. Again, we're going to talk about 2 here, and then we will talk about the Battle of Thermopylae, which was based on the movie 300, or which the movie 300 was based on. First major battle was the Battle of Marathon. And this is one of the first battles where Spartans and Athens worked together. You had approximately 25,000 Persians versus 10,000 Greeks. And the Greeks were able to win with the help of the phalanx formation. So the Greeks had minimal losses, whereas the Persians had very heavy losses. Okay. Also, the Battle of Marathon is significant for Phidippides, who ran from Athens to Marathon. Ran to Athens from Marathon, and it was approximately 26 miles. He ran there to give the Athenians news of the victory, and then shortly thereafter he dropped dead. And this is why marathons are 26 miles. The Persians. The battle at Salamis. Athens is evacuated and fought at sea. So Athens is very close to the Aegean Sea, so they were evacuated further inland, and this was a sea battle. The Athenians, again, since Greece is pretty much surrounded by water, the Athenians, or most Greeks, were very good at sailing, building ships. So the Athenians had a powerful navy. And they fought with these new ships called triremes, which had 3 rows of oars, so they could move pretty quick. And they had this forward area here, which if they charged another boat or ship, they could punch a hole in it. If you've seen the second 300 movie, Rise of an Empire, I believe that movie is based on the battle at Salamis, since that movie is fought using ships. So the triremes punched holes in Persian ships and sink a third of their ships. The Greeks win this battle as well, and that pretty much gives them control of the Aegean Sea, and the Persians kind of give up on trying to take over Greece at this point. So you can see here's Persia over here. Okay, here's Salamis, and this is kind of the Aegean Sea in here. Effects of the Persian Wars. Greece's victory creates unity among many of the city-states. Okay, so remember, Greece is not really unified here, but this kind of brings them closer together, closer towards a unification that really kind of never comes to fruition. Athens now dominated Greece. They were seen as the major power on the Balkan Peninsula, and they dominated Greece through leadership of the Delian or Delian League. Okay, so the Delian League was Athens and its buddies. That they had formed this alliance to kind of work together, protect each other, etc. So the Delian League was an alliance of Athens and many other city-states. This angered Sparta because the Spartans felt like they were not getting respect because they did quite a bit to help defeat the Persians, and they felt like the Athenians were kind of taking all the glory for themselves. So this angered Sparta, and they formed their own alliance, the Peloponnesian League, which later on Athens would fight Sparta in the Peloponnesian War, and that would pretty much bring an end to ancient Greece. And we'll talk about that later. So there you go. So if you have any questions about the Persian Wars, jot them down. Again, we will talk more about the 300 Spartans, the legend of the 300 Spartans, in class. And make sure you summarize your notes, and I will see you guys next class.